ya a grabar. Ok. Bueno, hoy tenemos una llamada que me encanta. Estamos acá como con varias líderes que vamos a tener. En este caso, miren lo que quisimos hacer. Usualmente hacemos una llamada de testimoniales, ¿verdad? Donde la gente comenta qué es lo que le ha pasado, cómo le ha ido con el X39, cuáles son las cosas que les están funcionando, qué es lo que están sintiendo. Hoy quisimos hacer algo diferente, testimoniales, pero en este caso de liderazgo. La realidad es que muchas de las personas de nuestro equipo están llegando a los rangos, están trabajando, sin embargo, igualmente hay otras personas que no les están comunicando a sus equipos de estos entrenamientos. Gente, escuchen un segundo. Cuando ustedes decidieron hacer este negocio, y es algo tan importante, hoy estaba hablando con alguien sobre esto, la importancia de tomar decisiones coherentes con quien queremos ser y con quien estamos dispuestos a ser. Nosotros no podemos decir, yo quiero hacer este negocio y después en mi diario vivir, en todo lo que requiere que haga este negocio, yo no hacerlo. Porque entonces yo estoy siendo incoherente. Entonces significa que yo estoy diciendo una cosa y haciendo otra. Todos los días, óigame, todos los días en los entrenamientos, les volvemos a recordar los canales de comunicación. Todos los días le dejamos saber que por
We let
favor
you know that
les avisen a
please
sus equipos.
let people know, let
Cada
your
lunes
team know.
temprano se
Every
les envía la
Monday
agenda
early,
de la semana para que lo
the
pongan en sus
weekly agenda
calendarios.
is sent
Yo no
so they
puedo
can place
creer
it
que
in the
todavía
calendar.
hay
And I
gente
cannot believe
en los
that
chats
there's still people in the
preguntando
chat
cuál es el
asking,
link, que no sé
what's
cuál
the
es y que hay
link? I
llamada
don't
hoy
know
o no hay
which one it
llamada hoy.
is there a
Les
call today or
pregunto,
not?
¿eso es
Let me
responsabilidad de los
ask you,
líderes o es
that's
responsabilidad de cada
responsibility
uno de
of the
nosotros?
leadership or of each one of
¿Dónde está
us?
la coherencia entre
Where
lo que
is the
decimos y
coherence
hacemos?
between what we
Y no
say
es
and do?
regaño,
And it's
es
not
hora de abrir
just
los
about
ojos.
thing to
Queremos
say it's
cambio,
time
pero
to
no
open our eyes.
hacemos
We
lo que hace
want a
falta
change,
para
but we
ver
don't
el
do what it
cambio.
takes to see the change.
Hay personas, ustedes no saben, miren, yo tengo un chat.
There are people, you don't know, I have
Yo
this
como líder,
chat,
yo,
me as
Rachel
a leader,
Díaz,
me, Rochelle Diaz,
independiente, un ser humano
independently,
independiente a
as
todos
human
ustedes.
being
Yo tengo un
independent to
chat
all
de
of you.
venta
I have a sales chat
donde yo pongo
where
historias.
I
Yo,
put
Rachel,
stories,
con mi
me,
cara,
Rochelle,
pongo
with my
historias
face. I
e
put
invito a la
stories, I
gente
post
a venir a
stories,
mi
and I
chat
invite
para yo
people to
hablarle
come
del
to my
negocio.
chat
Son mis
to
redes.
talk about the
Ahí
business.
siguen
So
entrando gente que ya están en mi
people keep
equipo
going in that are in my
para
team
preguntar por
to
los
ask
entrenamientos.
about the trainings.
De verdad.
Really.
Eso significa que tu líder no
That
te ha
means
dicho
that your
que hay
leader
entrenamiento.
hasn't told you that there are trainings.
Entonces, tienen que entender esto con
So
todo
you
el
have to
amor del mundo.
understand this with all of the love
Si
in the
ustedes
world.
no hacen esas pequeñas
If you
cosas,
don't do those
como son
things,
la comunicación
since
con
it's
tu
like
equipo
communication with your
y
team
dejarles saber
and letting them know
qué es lo que tienen que hacer,
what is it that they have to do,
entonces cómo vamos a crecer el
then
equipo.
how are we going to
Y
make the
mis
team grow?
directas,
And
todo el mundo
my
se lo
direct
envía. Hay chat con
for
managers,
people,
hay chat
there
con el
is a
equipo
chat with
completo, hay
managers,
chat
with the
en
full
Telegram,
team,
hay chat
within
en WhatsApp,
Telegram, in
hay un canal
WhatsApp.
de YouTube,
There's a
hay una
YouTube
agenda que se
channel,
envía
there's
y
an
ya no solo
agenda,
se pone
a
en el canal
schedule
de
that is
información,
sent, and you
también
don't
se
place it
pone
on the
en los chats
information
de
channel
WhatsApp.
only. You
Y
also put
aún
it in
así
the WhatsApp
preguntan
channel,
el
and
mensaje.
they still ask or they
¿Qué
don't know.
quiero decirles con esto?
What do
Hoy
I
es una
want to say
llamada
with
de
this? Today,
invitación
it's a
a
call of
hacerlo mejor.
invitation to do it better.
Hoy es una llamada
Today
de
is a
motivación a
motivation call
de verdad
to really do
hacer
it.
lo que debemos hacer
Do what we
para
have to do
poder ver lo que
to
queremos
see
ver.
what we want to see.
Porque escuchen, eso empieza por ti.
Because that starts with
Eso
you.
empieza por
That
nosotros.
starts with us.
Yo no puedo
I
decirles a ustedes que
can't
hagan algo que
tell
yo no
you to
hago.
do something that I don't do.
Y ustedes ven que yo
And you
posteo todos
see
los
that
días,
I post
hablo
every
todos los
day,
días, hay
I talk
entrenamiento para
every
ustedes
day, there
todos
are
los días,
training for you every
respondo
day,
todos los días,
I
vendo
answer
todos
every
los días,
day, I
prospecto
sell
todos
every
los días,
day, I do
apoyo a mis
prospects
líderes
all
todos los
day,
días.
and
Entonces,
I
¿dónde
talk
es
to
que
my
no
leaders
están
every day.
mirando?
So where
Y
is
no
it that
solo
you're
yo,
not
lo vemos
looking?
en Jay, lo vemos
And not only me, we
en
see it in
Carlos, lo
Jay,
vemos en
we
todas
see it in
nosotras, en el
Carlos, we
grupo de
see it in all
liderazgo.
of us in the leadership group.
sea, a mí me gustaría
So
muchísimo,
I
pero
would
muchísimo que hoy
really,
ustedes
really
tomaran
love
una
that
decisión. ¿Sabes
today
qué? Lo
you
voy a
could
hacer
make a
diferente.
decision and say, you know what,
Pregúntame
I'm
número
going
uno.
to make it
¿Cómo puedo
different.
hacerlo
Ask
diferente?
question number one, how
Pregunta
can I
número
do it
dos.
differently? Question number two,
¿Cómo puedo hacerlo mejor?
how can I do it better?
Porque la idea es
Because
siempre
the
hacerlo mejor.
idea is to always do it
Porque
better.
después vemos personas
Because
que
then
están
later
llegando
we
a
see
alto
people that
rango
are
y
getting to
decimos,
the
¿cómo
high
lo
ranks
hicieron?
and they're like, and we're like, how did they do that?
Trabajando,
Working,
esforzándose,
making an effort,
yendo a school,
going to school,
mirando y siguiendo a otros líderes de la
looking
compañía,
and
no solo a
following other
nosotros,
leaders in the company, not
entrando en
just
cada
us,
capacitación que
going
hay.
to
Aunque no lo
each
creas, hay
training that
personas
there
que yo
is.
digo, no,
Even if
se
you
va
don't
hablando lo
believe it,
mismo.
there are people
Cuéntame,
saying that
cuéntame del plan
they
de
feel like
compensación.
we're going to
¿Cómo
talk
se
about the
hace?
same thing. It's like, talk to me about the
Ya lo
compensation
sabes,
plan. Do you
porque
know
yo
it by
sigo
heart?
entrando en
Because
capacitaciones.
I still go to
Todos
training.
seguimos entrando.
We
Yo
keep
aprendo
going to training.
todos los días.
I learn something
Entonces, ¿qué
every
quisimos hacer
day.
en la
So
llamada
what
de
did
hoy?
we try to do? What did we want to do in
La
this
verdad, yo
call?
trato todos los días de ver
Honestly,
cómo puedo
I try every
despertarlos
day to see
más
how
a
to
cada uno
wake
del
you up
equipo, porque
more to each one
tenemos
of
un
the team
equipo
because
tan grande,
we
pero
have
a la misma
such a
vez
big team, but
tan
at the same
pocos,
time, so little,
digamos,
let's
trabajando en el
say,
field como
working
debería
in the
ser.
field
Y
as
no
it should
es,
be.
yo sé que hay
And
situaciones,
I
que hay
know that there are
cosas, pero
situations, things, but
el propósito nuestro es que
the
de verdad
purpose or
ustedes
our
lleguen a donde
purpose
deben
is
llegar.
for you to really
Es
get to where you need
esforzarlos,
to be.
es
So it's
motivarlos,
let
es
you go,
ayudarlos,
motivate
es
you,
darle todos los
help you,
recursos,
and give you all
pero
of the
hay una parte que es
resources.
un
But there's a
porcentaje de
part
cada quien
that
que da.
has a percentile of each one of you.
Entonces después no queremos ver a alguien que
So
diga,
then later we
esa
don't want to
compañía
see
no
someone that
funciona,
says that
ese
company
equipo
doesn't
no
work,
sirve.
that
O
team
sea, aunque
doesn't
ustedes no
work.
lo crean, tenemos a
Because
personas de
even
otros
if you don't
equipos
believe
diciendo,
it,
no,
we
yo quiero
have people
firmar
of
con
other
ustedes
teams
porque ustedes
saying
entrenan
I
todos
want to
los
be
días.
signed with
Y yo
you
le
because you
digo,
train every
increíble,
day.
pero hay personas en
And
nuestro equipo que no entran a los entrenamientos
there are people
y lo tienen
that
todos los
don't go
días.
into training and they have it every
Entonces,
day.
¿qué es lo que me encantaría que
So
ustedes,
what is it
por
that
favor,
I would love for you
hablen
to
con
do?
sus equipos? A mí me
Please
escriben
talk
por
to your
privado.
teams.
No, yo estoy en tu
I
equipo,
get
pero yo no
private
sé ni cuándo
messages.
son
They're
tus
like, yeah, I'm in your
entrenamientos.
team, but I don't even know
Y es
when
una
your
tercera
trainings are.
generación mía.
And
Es
this
un
is a
cuarto
third
nivel mío.
or fourth level for me.
Usted hasta eso está en board. El enlace, el
And
mensaje de
even that is in
bienvenida
board. The message, the
redactado.
welcome message redacted
Además,
is there also.
please, copien y
Please
peguen
copy and
y
paste
envíelo si
and
esté
send
en
it
su equipo.
and be
Hey,
in your
entraste
team.
al canal de
Hey,
información.
did you go into
Hey,
the
¿sabes
information
el mensaje
channel?
que cayó?
Hey, do you know
Hey,
that about the
ven que te
training
vamos a
that
hablar
we
de tus
have
metas.
today?
Hey,
Come
vamos
because
a
we're
hacer
going
una
to talk
llamada
about your
contigo.
goals. Hey,
Hey,
let's do a
vamos a
call
hacer
with you.
esto.
Hey, let's do this.
Gente, esto es un
People,
negocio de
this is a
equipo. Esto no
business,
es
a
un
team
negocio de
business. This
solista
is
ni de
not a
protagonista.
solo
Es un
business
negocio
or
de equipo.
starring. It's a
Entonces,
team
quizás tienes que
business. So
aprender algo de
maybe you have
liderazgo.
to learn
Lee
something
una
about
guía de
leadership.
liderazgo. Escucha un
Read your
podcast que tenga
leadership
que ver de
book.
liderazgo,
Listen
porque
to
lo
a
más seguro es
podcast
que
that
esta
has to
persona
do with
nunca
leadership
nunca.
because surely
Entonces hay
you
gente
haven't
que me
done this
dice, yo no
before.
sé
So there are
cómo,
people that said
pero
like, I've never
tampoco
done
está
this before,
haciendo
but
cada día el
they've
esfuerzo
they
de
also
buscar
don't do the
cómo puede
daily
hacerlo
effort
por
to look
primera
for
vez,
how ways to
a
do it for
pesar
the
de que aquí
first
se les
time,
da todos los
even though we
recursos.
give you every resource here.
Entonces,
So
entren a sus entrenamientos,
go to your
inviten a sus
trainings,
equipos,
invite your
pásenle la
teams,
agenda, conversen con ellos y
share
vamos a
the
ver si hoy
agenda, talk
lo
to
que
them,
hicimos
and
fue
let's
es
see if
tomar a
today,
varios
what we
líderes
did
del
today
equipo
is grab
que lo están haciendo
some
muy
leaders
bien,
of the
pero
team
sobre
that are
todo
doing
quiero
great.
destacar una
But of
cualidad.
course, I want
Y dos,
to
una que
say
no sean,
some
dos
quality, talk
cualidades.
about a
Una
quality,
que no
two
se han
qualities.
rendido,
One,
dos
that
que
they
están
haven't
siendo
given up.
constantes.
And
¿Cuál es la
two,
idea? Que
they're being
ustedes
constant.
escuchen
What's the idea?
diferentes
For you to listen
recursos.
several resources.
Yo, por ejemplo, hago
Me, for
llamadas
example, I do
todas
calls
las semanas.
every week.
Todas las semanas.
Every week.
Yo también hago
And I also
posting
do
todas las semanas, todos los días.
posting every
Todas las
day,
semanas algo de LifeWave. Yo todas las
everything of
semanas
LifeWave.
oigo podcast. Yo todas las
Every
semanas
week I
me
hear
reúno con mis
podcasts
líderes. Yo
and
todas
I
las
gather with
semanas.
my
Esas
leaders,
son mis
and every
estructuras.
week
Yo lo que quiero que
that's my
escuchen
structure.
ahora
What
es
I
de
want you to
estas
hear
líderes.
is that these leaders,
Ok, que ustedes conectan con las ideas que ellas tienen a ver
what do
qué
you
ustedes pueden
connect
hacer.
with their
Porque
ideas to
esto
see
es
what
un
you can do?
negocio
Because this
de
is a
duplicación.
duplication effort, this
Duplicación todo el tiempo.
duplication team,
¿Qué está haciendo
duplication
el otro?
all
¿Qué
the
está
time.
funcionando?
What is the other one
Conecta
doing that is
conmigo y yo puedo
working?
repetir.
Does that connect with
Y
me and
esto
can
no
I
es robar
repeat that?
ideas. Esto es
And this is not
sencillamente
stealing
duplicar
ideas.
lo
This
que
is simply
funciona.
just
Es como
duplicate
cuando
what
vemos
works.
la
It's
dieta
like
de
when you
alguien
see the
y le
diet of
funcionó y
someone
queremos
and
bajarle
it
peso.
works
Oye,
and we
pues yo
want
voy
to
a
lose weight. It's like, hey, I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to do that again to see if it works. This is the same. The more we listen, the better it is because more ideas we will get. I can apply some of them. Some of them are not going to work for you. Some of them will. So what I want is for us to listen to several leaders about what they're doing and what is working and for you to take notes. Okay, so let's start with Shirley. Shirley, sorry, she made manager recently, so I'm going to tell you what I've seen in her since day one. I've seen since day one. She told me, Rachel, she called me my leader. My leader, I'm going to start doing this and this and that. She creates her own weekly goals. She got to manager. Not only her, I mean, I see her because I'm in the chat of every leader. I see the way she works with her people. She motivates them, she inspires them. If you see what she does social media, she does events, but she's going to tell you herself. What I ask of them is, okay, share 3 things that are working for you to see if people listen to you too. Not only hear it from me, from Jay and Carlos, but from others, and they can connect with what you're doing. Shelly, go ahead. You can open your mic now.
Ok, buenas noches, ¿me oyen
Okay,
todos?
good night. Can everyone hear me?
Te oímos
¿Me
perfecto.
oyen?
Sí,
Yeah, we
te
hear you
oímos
perfectly
perfecto, mi
fine.
amor. Adelante.
Buenas noches para todos.
Good night,
Muchísimas
everyone.
gracias,
Thank
la
you
líder
so much,
hermosa,
my
mentora, que me
beautiful
das
leader
este
and
honor de estar
mentor,
aquí presente ante
that you're
ustedes.
giving me this honor
Pues
to
sí,
be here
realmente
with you.
primero que todo,
Yes,
pues
really,
le doy la
first than
gloria y la honra
anything,
al Señor por haber
I
conocido
honor
este gran
God
proyecto,
for
por
getting
haber
to know this
conocido, y siempre se
project,
lo he dicho a ella,
and I've always
por
said it to
haber
her, for
coincidido en la vida
having
con ella, porque
gotten
ella
or
realmente, estoy hablando
coincided
aquí
in
de
life with
nuestra
her
vida de líder,
because
ella
I'm talking
compartió con
about
mi
this
vida, ¿no?
beautiful
Y de
leader.
ahí, pues nada, yo
She
empecé a seguirla como
came to my
2 o
life
3
and I
semanas antes
started
de
to
decidirme
follow
por este
her like
proyecto,
2 or 3
y pues
weeks
gracias a
before
Dios aquí
deciding
estoy,
or making up my mind about
y
this
parte
project.
de
Thank
esto
God I'm
es mi
here, and
persona. He
part of that
duplicado
and
y
my
he
my
hecho
person,
el
I've
ejemplo
duplicated
que
and
ella
I've
nos
done
da.
and the
Entonces,
example that she gives us.
siempre dice, y algo
So
que
she
comparto
always
mucho en
says is
Destiny,
something
que
that I
decía,
share a lot in Destin is that
nuestro líder Carlos
our
decía
leader
hoy
Carlos was saying that
que
him,
él decía que él
if
leía
they
90
said that
páginas, él se
he
leía
read
100.
90
Entonces yo decía,
pages, then
wow,
he read
eso es lo que
100. And I
nosotros
was like,
debemos
wow,
de
so
hacer.
that's what
Nosotros
we have to do.
duplicar a nuestros
We
líderes
have to
porque ellos ya están
duplicate our
poniendo el
leaders
ejemplo,
because they're
ellos
being
ya
an
nos están
example.
abriendo el
They
camino
are
para nosotros
opening the
seguir adelante.
road to
Es
us to
simplemente
move
seguir
on.
esas
It's
huellas que
just
ellos nos
simply to
están
follow
dejando a
those tracks
nosotros
that they
cada
are
día.
leaving for
Y yo
us.
quiero compartirles
And
aquí
I
3
want to
puntos
share three
específicos de
points,
las
three
cuales
specific points
me considero yo como
of what
persona de
I
lo que hago
consider
cada
myself as a
día
person,
y
of
eso
what
me
I
ha
do every
permitido
day
llegar a este
and what
rango
has
con el
allowed me to
esfuerzo,
get
con
to
la
this
ayuda de
rank
Dios
with the effort
primeramente,
and with
y
God's
Él
help,
trabaja
first of
arriba
all.
y nosotros
And
trabajamos hacia
he
abajo.
works up there
Número
and
1,
we work
mi
down here. So
conexión
number one,
genuina con la
my
gente.
genuine
Soy una
connection with
persona que no
people.
solo
I
vendo un
am a person
producto,
that
sino que
I don't only
comparto
sell
desde
a
mi
product,
corazón,
I
desde
share it
mi
from my
ser,
heart, from my being,
porque la idea no
because the
es yo
idea
estar
is
buscando
not
convencer,
just
sino la
try
idea
to
es
convince
estar
people.
buscando ayudar
The
a cada
idea
día.
is try to
Esto crea
help every
confianza
day.
y en
This
LifeWave
creates
esto es lo que
trust,
vale
and in
oro.
LiveWave, this
Número
is
2,
gold. Number two,
mi constancia y mi testimonio
my
personal.
me being
Cada día
constant
soy
and my
ejemplo
personal
vivo de
testimonial.
lo que
Every day I'm
Patria
an
han hecho
example
en mi vida
of
y
what
lo que han
patches have
hecho
done in my life
cercanos a
and
mí, en
what
este
they have
caso a
done
mis bellas
to
líderes
my
que
close
siguen mi
people, to my
camino
beautiful
cada día.
leaders that follow my
Y
way every day or follow
realmente
my
nos
path.
inspira, no
This
es
really
solamente
inspires us.
inspirar,
Not only
sino
is to
también
inspire, but
no
is
es hablar de
also
la teoría,
talk
sino
about
hablar desde
theory,
mi
but talk
experiencia y
about
lo comparto
from
cada
my
día sin
experience and
rendirme
share it
a
every
mi
day
ritmo,
without giving
pero con
up to my own rhythm,
compromiso propio.
but with my own
Número 3,
commitment. Number
mi
three,
fe y el más
my
importante, mi
faith,
fe y
and the most
compromiso.
important, my
Todo lo
faith
que
and
hago
commitment.
lo hago
Everything
desde mi trasfondo
I do it
espiritual,
from
con un
my
deseo de
spiritual
servir,
background
de
with
transformar
a
vidas.
wish
No solo
to serve
tiempo,
and to
esa
transform
fuerza
lives, not only
interna es
bodies.
la que me
That
levanta,
internal force is
incluso
what
hasta en mis
lifts me
días
up,
difíciles,
even in my
porque
hardest
todas las
days,
personas
because
aquí
all of
tenemos
us
días
in
claros
here
y días
have
oscuros,
clear and
pero es
dark
ahí donde
days.
nosotros
But that's
decimos cómo
when
nos vamos
we
a levantar hoy,
decide
qué
how
vamos a
we're
hacer
going to get
hoy,
up and
qué
what
voy
are
a
we
hacer
going
con
to do
este
today.
día
What am
que
I
no me
going to do
está
with this day
inspirando a
that
proseguir
is not
adelante.
inspiring me to go on?
Es mantenerme enfocada
It's
en mi
to stay
propósito más
focused
grande,
in my biggest
es
purpose,
en mi propósito más grande,
in my biggest
impactar vidas
purpose,
desde mi
impact
propósito
lives
y algo
since
que mi
from my
propósito he
purpose, and
entendido
something
es
that
cómo
I've
impacto desde
understood
mi
about my
corazón,
purpose is how
cómo
I impact
impacto
from
con
my
mi
heart,
amor
how
y
I
uso lo
impact
que Dios
someone
me ha
with my
dado,
love, and I
esa
use what God
herramienta
has given me.
gratis que el
That
Señor me ha dado que es mi
free
boca y mi
tool,
voz. Es
and
ahí
that
donde
is my
yo
mouth and my
todavía,
voice.
aunque no me
That's
salga
where
perfecto,
I,
pero
every
cojo
day,
este
even though I
celular
don't do it
porque es la
perfect, but
herramienta más
I
fácil para
use
mí y
this
aunque no
phone
me haga,
because it's the
no salga
easiest tool
perfecto
for
un
me. And
video
even
que
if
pueda
it's a
compartir,
video,
pero
it's
sigo
not
adelante.
perfect, I
Y un
move on.
mensajito que les voy a
And a
dar
little
aquí a
message that I'm
todos.
going to give all of
Nunca
you in here.
subestimen el poder
Never
de los pequeños
overestimate the
pasos.
power
A
of
veces no se
the big of the small steps.
sino de
Sometimes it's
no
not about
detenerse.
running,
Cuando hace las
but
cosas
about
con
not stopping.
amor,
When you do
con
things
fe y
with
con
love, with
propósito,
faith, and
la
with
vida se
purpose,
encarga de abrir
life
caminos.
makes
Sigue
sure to
sembrando,
open your
sigue
ways.
creyendo,
Keep
porque
harvesting,
cada
keep
semilla
believing, because
dará
every
su
seed
fruto en su
will
tiempo
give you
perfecto.
results in
Porque
in
como
its perfect time.
repito lo que dije al
Because
comienzo,
as I said at the
nosotros
beginning,
trabajamos hacia
we
abajo y
work
Dios
down
trabaja
here
arriba.
and God
Y es
works
algo que
up there. And it's something that there
aparte de mi
is
bella Rachel, que yo me inspiro
besides
con
my
los
beautiful
podcasts de
Rachel,
ella,
that I
soy
get
fanática
inspiration from
número
her
uno.
podcast. I'm
Realmente
number one fan.
ella conectó
Really,
conmigo
she connected
increíblemente.
with me
Y
in an
es
incredible
algo,
way.
otro ser,
And
aparte de mi líder
it's
espiritual
another being
que yo
besides
tengo
my
personalmente.
spiritual guide that I have
Mario Alonso
personally.
Putin, este
Margalonso
hombre,
Putin,
yo
this man,
escucho a diario
I
una
listen to
hora
him
y
every
media,
day for
porque este
an hour
hombre
and a
ha
half, because
conectado
this
con
man
todo
has
lo que es este
connected
proyecto.
with
Él
everything about
habla
this project.
desde lo
He speaks
interior, él habla
from the
desde el ser,
inside,
él
he
habla
talks
desde la
from
salud,
the
él habla de
being, from the
absolutamente
health.
todo y yo
He
lo
talks
comparto
about
con él.
absolutely
Escúchenlo
everything. I
porque
share
este
it
hombre
and
conecta
listen to
con
him,
este
because this
propósito,
man
con este
connects with this
proyecto que
purpose, with this
tenemos.
project that we
Nosotros
have.
vivimos por
We
misión,
live
pasión y
for
propósito. No
mission,
lo olviden.
passion, and purpose.
Muchas
Don't forget
gracias.
it. Thank
Espero
you so
que mis
much.
palabras
I
les haya
hope that my
conectado de lo que
words
soy yo,
connected
de
with
algo
you about
natural,
what I
de
am,
algo que me
something
impulsó a
very
seguir
natural, and
adelante
something that made
después
me move on
de esto.
after
Lo que aquí nuestra bella
this.
Rachel me dijo,
What
ella me lo dijo y me hizo
beautiful
llorar.
Rachel told us,
Me
she told
dijo,
me about
tú
this and
ya
she made me
sabes lo que
cry.
tienes que
She
hacer.
said, you already know
Tú
what you have to
inspiras
do.
con lo que tú eres.
You
Tú no
inspire with
necesitas
what
más.
you
Yo le
are.
dije a
You
ella,
don't need
¿qué
anything more.
necesito, mi
I
bella
said,
líder?
what do I
¿Qué
need, my
necesito
beautiful
para
leader?
yo
What do I
poder
need
llegar a estos
to
rangos?
be
¿Qué
able to
necesito? Ella me
get to
dijo,
those
tú
ranks?
ya
And
lo
she
tienes
said, you
todo.
already
Tú
have
ya
everything.
sabes lo que tienes
You
que
already
hacer.
know what
Tú
you
ya lo
have to
tienes
do.
ahí,
You
donde
already
Dios te
have
ha
it
tocado tu
there where
corazón.
God touched
Y
your
eso
heart
fue
and
lo
your
que me
being. And
impulsó
that
a
is
seguir
what
adelante y
made me
esas
move on.
palabras que ella me
And
inspiró.
those words
Muchas
that she
gracias. Dios me
inspired.
los
Thank
bendiga.
God. God
Espero
bless you.
seguir
Thank you so
adelante.
much.
Como siempre
And
digo,
I hope
let's go.
keep going. And as I always say, let's
Te
go.
amo. Además que, no sé, pero
I
ven
love you.
ustedes
I
la
mean,
alegría
you
con la que
see
ella habla.
the
Entonces,
happy she
es
is
como uno
when
piensa que tiene puesto como
she
20
talks.
parches
It's
a la
like
misma vez,
when
¿cierto?
it's
Porque
like when you feel like you
además
have 20
yo
patches
veo
on at the
todos
same
sus
time.
posts, yo veo
I
lo
mean,
que
I
hace. Y
see
eso
all
que
of
le
your
dije a ella,
posts,
porque yo la vi en Destin,
and
la vi
because I saw her
grabando,
in Destin,
la
I
vi
saw her
haciendo
recording, and
videos,
I
la
saw
vi
her watching
creyendo. Y eso
videos,
es
and
tan
I saw her
importante,
believing,
chicos,
and
porque
that is
cuando
so
tú
important,
crees lo que tienes en tu
that when
mano,
you
y es
believe
una pregunta que tú tienes
about
que hacerte.
when
Yo
you believe in
realmente
what you have in your
creo
hand,
en
it's
esto
something
que
that you
tengo
have
en
to
mis
ask
manos,
yourself. Really, when
o entré por moda, entré por
it's like I
entusiasmo,
ask
o
myself,
solamente estoy
do
tratando de
I
devolver lo que esto ha
did
hecho
I
en mi
start
salud,
this because
porque
of what
son
I
dos
have in my
cosas
hand or
distintas.
because
Una
of
cosa es amar
passion
el
or because
producto y
I mean
sabes
it's
lo
two
que
different
causa
things.
en ti.
One is to
Otra
love the
cosa
product and know
completamente
what causes on you,
diferente
and
es
another completely different
tomar
is
esta
to take
oportunidad
this
para
opportunity
transmitirla
to
a otras
transmit
personas
it
para
to
que se
other
sientan
people so
motivados,
they feel
conectados a
motivated and
unirse a tu
connected
equipo.
to
Son dos
join your
cosas
team.
distintas,
It's two different
completamente.
things
No puede ser nuestra
completely.
misma
It
actitud.
cannot be our
Entonces, si
same
tú no
attitude. So
crees en ello,
if you
a
don't
lo
believe
mejor
in
estás
that, and
dividida o
maybe you're
dividido
divided or
y por eso es que eso la gente
everything
lo
is divided,
persigue.
and that's
Porque
why
cuando no es
people
una
chase
realidad,
after it,
la
because
gente
when it's
puede
not a reality,
percibir,
people can
no le
perceive
creo mucho.
like I don't
Sin
believe it
embargo,
so much.
cuando tú
However,
crees,
when you
aceptas
believe,
quién
you
eres, porque
accept who you
ustedes
are,
no tienen que tratar de
because
ser
you don't
yo, ni
have to
tratar de
try to
ser
be me or
Jay,
try to
ni
be
tratar de
Jay
ser
or try to
Jimena, ni
be
tratar de ser
Jimena or try to
Cherry, ni
be
tratar de ser
Charlene
Carolina.
or
No,
try to be
ustedes
Caroline. No,
deben amar,
you have to
aceptar
love and
y
accept
exponenciar lo que
and
ustedes son, que Dios les
extend
entregó.
what you are,
Así no tengas
what
una
God gave
relación
you,
con Dios.
even if you don't
Dios te
have a
hizo de una
relationship
manera,
with
a ti
God.
por
God
eso no.
gave you in a way,
Entonces, ¿qué
and you're
tal si
unique.
tú
So,
empiezas a
how
descubrir
about you
quién
start
eres tratando?
figuring out
Ella yo
who
la
you
veo
are?
siempre haciendo
I mean, I
diferentes
see her
videos,
doing different
invitando
videos and
autoras, a
inviting
reunirlas, a
authors and
entrevistarlas,
gathering
porque
them,
se ve
interview them,
yo
because
sé que Shirley va a llegar
I
a
know
donde
that
ella quiere.
Shirley
Yo
is
sé que
going to
Shirley va a
get to
llegar
where
al
she wants
último
to,
rango de la
because
compañía.
I know
Sé que
that she's
Shirley
going to
va a
make
llegar
it to
y
the
no
last
me
rank in the
necesita
company,
a
and
mí
she
para
doesn't need
nada.
me at
Ella
all.
solo fue la
She
fundación, ahora ella está
was only the
agarrando
foundation.
y
Now
también se está
she's
llenando de
starting to
otro
hold
tipo de
on, and she's
recursos. Así que
also
Shirley,
getting other resources. So Sherry, congratulations and thank you so much for sharing everything of yours. Thank you so much. You got the manager, you have two other managers, you're going to make director, and you're going to be to the last part of it. God bless you. Okay, let's go to two big ones. This is a dynamic duo. It actually these two they both are in Mexico. They just arrived and they're like that. I call them the dynamic duo. First Caro and then Andro. I don't know whoever the way you agree on it. You got to Mexico. You though they are the ones that signed Andrea Legarreta in Mexico, and they're working together with who signed Andrea to make a huge event, and they work with their team. I'm also in their chat zone, something serious. And I want them to tell you what they're doing, what works for them, and for you to also hear this and connect with their story. Caro, I think it's going to
Sí,
be
aquí
you who
estamos.
starts,
Dale,
or
dale.
yeah, we're right here.
Es que estamos las dos en el mismo
It's
cuarto.
just we're both in the same room.
A ver, yo le pongo volumen al mío. Bueno, nada, a mí me funciona desde el principio y la
Well,
gente que entra siempre les recuerdo a la
this has
gente
worked
el
for me.
mensaje de bienvenida que Rachel muy amablemente nos redactó. Está súper completo. Te enseña cómo entrar a tu
So it's
back
super
office
complete.
y
It teaches you how to go into your chat office, and that welcome message
un teléfono
cannot
roto. Entonces yo por eso
become
decidí
a
hacer
broken
un
telephone. So
subchat
that's
que
why I
también se
decided to make a
llama
soup chat,
Be the Life,
which
pero yo me
is
llamo The
Viv
Best
Life.
Team.
My name is the
Porque
best
vamos
team
a ser el mejor equipo y
because we're
Rachel
gonna
está
be the best
invitadísima
team,
ahí
and
y
Rochelle is
siempre nos
super
acompaña,
invited
pero
there, and she's
me
always
parece
there
que
with
tengo
us.
un poquito más de control si yo quiero liderar, tengo un poquito más de control sobre
But
nuestro equipo.
I
No
have a
soy
little
solo
bit
yo.
more control.
Cada persona que va entrando, yo la voy haciendo administradora.
Every person that
Porque,
comes
pues
in,
sí,
I do
el equipo
administrator
se va
because, of
abriendo
course,
entre
the
ramas y el equipo
team
que
goes
entra
between
Rachel es
branches,
muy
and
grande y yo
the
no voy
team
a poder
that
tener el
goes
control
in Rochelle
de mi
is too big, and
equipo
I'm not gonna
a la
have
hora de
full
invitarlos a
control of
estos
my team when
entrenamientos.
I
Entonces,
invite them to these
definitivamente,
trainings. So definitely
crear su equipo
to
y
create their
creerse
team
líderes, o
and
sea,
believe that they're
estudiar lo
leaders,
suficiente para ustedes
study
poder llevar
enough for you
a
to
esas personas a otro
take
nivel y
those people
explicarles
to
cómo
different
funciona. A mí al
levels,
principio me
explain how it
tocaba
works.
hacer
At the
llamadas one on
beginning,
one y
I had
explicarle,
to do calls and
darme la pela
explain,
de
well,
explicarles el
take the
negocio
time to
media hora, un
explain the
Zoom a cada
business to
persona,
them, half an
porque
hour
pues
every
no tenía un
person,
equipo
because
grande,
I didn't
¿no?
have a big team. No?
Entonces ya de ahí,
So
después
after that,
escuché
I
que
heard that
creo que fue a Mike
I think it
que
was Mike
decía, yo
that
prefiero que me
said,
digan
I rather someone
que
told
no
me
quieren hacer el
that
negocio a por
they
qué
don't
no me
want to
dijiste.
do the business,
Entonces
to why
ese
didn't you
tema de
tell me?
hacer
So
la lista
that
en del
situation of
teléfono
making the
y de
list on the
llamar a una
phone
persona, no, es que
and
ese me va a decir
call
que no
someone, no,
porque es
it's
que se
like that
trabaja y
person
hace
is
mucho
gonna tell me
esfuerzo.
because he
Usted
works,
dígale,
and
es mejor que
you
le diga
tell
que
him.
no.
It's
Claro, no
better
se vuelve
that
intenso, eso
person
sí,
tells you
definitivamente no se
no. I
vuelve
mean, we're
intenso.
not intense, of course
Y a
not.
mí me ha pasado que
And
semillitas
it
que
has happened to
sembré
me
quizás
that
6 meses
those little
atrás,
seeds that I
hoy en
did
día me
maybe
están
a few
llamando a
months ago,
decirme,
today they're
oye,
calling me to
sí,
tell me,
siempre sí
hey, you know
quiero
what? I
probar
do
lo de los
want
parches,
to
pero
try
también para que
about the
vean la
patch thing,
consistencia.
but also because they see the
Otro punto,
consistency.
esto es
Another thing
un punto
is,
que mucha gente rechaza el tema del
this is something
multinivel
that
y
a lot of
es que no
people
conozco a nadie.
reject.
Y nosotros
Says
lo
I
estamos
don't
poniendo
know
demasiado
anyone,
fácil.
and
Fácil,
we're
solamente
doing it
necesitamos
so
cuatro
easy. The
personas,
only
cuatro
thing we
personas,
need is
todos
4 people.
conocemos a 4 personas.
We
Entonces,
all
cuando
know
tú
four
le
people. So
enseñas a esa persona cómo
whenever you
necesitas
show
todas
it
sus
to that
personas para
person,
ser
you just
manager
need
y
4 people to
desbloquear la
become a
posibilidad de
manager
ganarte
and
1.500 a la
unblock the
semana,
possibility to make
no es tan
$1,500 a
difícil,
week.
¿verdad?
It's not so hard,
Y
right?
realmente
And
no
really,
tiene tanta gente,
we
pero
don't
con
have a
esas
lot of
cuatro
people,
personas
but with those
llevando
4 people,
a que esas 4 personas
so
creen y se
that
hagan
those
managers,
four
hacer una
people
fábrica de managers e
start
inviten a otras
and
cuatro
make
personas,
manager
el
and
equipo
they
definitivamente va a
they
crecer. Y esto
invite
nos
other
lleva
four people,
entonces
the
al
team is
siguiente
going to grow.
punto,
So this
que es
takes me to
dedicarle
my
el
first point,
70%
which
de
is
mi
dedicate
tiempo a ayudar
70%
a mi
of my time
equipo
to
y el
help my team
30% a
and
mí
30%
a reclutar a mi gente,
to
¿no?
recruit my people.
El
So
70% Andreina lo sabe.
70% Andreina
Mientras
knows.
que la gente no aprende bien los
While
negocios,
people don't
claro,
learn
necesito que me
the
acompañes donde Tiziana.
business,
Tiziana entró al
so for
negocio y
example,
sí, sí,
Tiziana
Andrea
started
y
in the
Caro, necesito que me
business,
acompañen donde
Andrea
quieran y
Nicaro,
empezar a
and
apoyar ese
they
equipo
started
para que crezcan, para que dupliquen, para
starting
que
on the
ellas
team
mismas
so
vayan
they
viendo
can
cómo se
create,
aprende.
duplicate,
Eso es
and
lo que
see
yo creo que ha
how
sido el éxito de
you learn.
nosotros,
I think
que
that's
somos
been our success.
demasiado
That we use a lot
amigas, o sea,
of
así
friends.
tenga que ayudar a una
Even
tercera,
though
una
I have
cuarta, una
to
quinta
help a
generación, ahí
third, a
vamos a
fourth, a
estar.
fifth generation, we're going to be
André,
there.
¿quieres decir algo?
Bueno, por supuesto, todo lo que
Oh,
está
of
diciendo
course,
Caro, un
everything
saludo a
that Karom
todos.
is saying.
Gracias, Rache,
Hi to everyone. Thank you,
por
Reche,
siempre tomarnos en
for
cuenta, tan
always
bella. Todo lo
taking
que
us
está
into
diciendo Caro,
consideration.
obviamente
So
lo que ella
beautiful.
explica lo
Everything
hacemos
that Caro is saying, everything that
prácticamente
she's
en dúo,
explaining, we do it
¿ok? Caro y yo
practically
estamos
in a duo.
enfocadas
So
en eso
we
desde el
both are
principio.
focused on that since the
Primero,
beginning.
que cada
First,
persona que
that
entre
every
entienda
person that
que
starts
entró a
here
una comunidad,
understands
que
that
no va a
they
estar
are
solo,
in
que
a
tiene
community, that they're
cómo
not going to be
aprender del
alone, that
negocio,
they
que al
have a way
principio
to
la
learn
gente
about
dirá,
the
Mary,
business.
¿y
And at
cómo
the
voy a
beginning,
hacer yo para
people are
explicar todo
scared,
lo que
like,
tú
how
estás
am I going to
explicando?
explain everything that you're
Y
explaining?
simplemente
And
es
simply
llevándolas de la
is
mano. O sea, yo
grabbing their hand,
particularmente
holding their
soy, y
hand.
creo que hay
And
muchas
I
conectadas en mi
particularly am,
equipo
and I think I
que lo
have a lot
pueden
of team
decir,
members here
soy
that can
súper
say that
delicada.
I'm
Y si le tengo
super
que
dedicated, and if I have to give time to each one of them and help them and explain things to them, even I've had the situation in which I do it many times with all of the love in the world, because as Rochelle was saying at the beginning, the one that starts in this business and thinks that this is something individual, it's not in the right businesses. This is something that definitely is a team. You grow, we all grow. So no being selfish here. So in the end, we're all in the same boat. Yeah, we copy the same script and we do all the same, because if you connect, and Rachel, let me tell you here in front of everyone, I got a call from a girl in Texas that said, I saw the patches for Rachel Diaz. I kept investigating and then it was you and I connected with you. Everyone is going to connect. It's not a competition. It's going to connect with you or with anyone else. I mean, you sent me a customer. And that happened to Tiziana too. She saw a lot of people with one of their enrollees, Maria Claudia, and Maria Claudia connected with Tiziana and she stayed with Tiziana. So we all have our way. So that takes us to our second point, which is post, post, and post, and keep posting. Because let's say that our other business is the music. And today, my husband, for example, was saying that singers used to go out and promote and sing the song. I just want to be like famous on the radio, and used to pay the radio and everything. Not everyone had access to it. Of course, maybe the disc house. Today we have the best tool of posting in our hand, and it's free, and we have it all the time, and you have no idea how much it has worked for me. Everything is content. Everything is content. I was in the mall. I was really tired taking my girls to shop things, and I thought, what mom can be on a Monday or Tuesday at 3 p.m. with the girls buying or shopping in the mall? Me, because I'm generating passive income. And I made a post, and it was great. Don't worry about likes or anything. Keep posting. Just keep posting. That's the strategy. Keep posting and posting, posting 3 to 4 times a day. No fear of it. They don't see me. It's okay. I mean, let's not be embarrassed that no one is looking at it or no one is watching it. No one's watching it. No one is watching you that you have someone there. So no one is seeing that you don't have any likes. So keep posting and posting and posting. And inside of the team, just copy, duplicate everything. For example, Rochelle sometimes makes some posts. She doesn't even talk. That's the way I am. I copy exactly what she did. Exactly. And one of the things that also I want to say is that not necessarily when you post, it has to be extremely edited. I've never been a fan of networks, and in this 6 months that we've been in the company, it's been hard for me because I never liked it. But honestly, is that as time goes by, you start making it better, and it doesn't have to be super edited. Sometimes the the more organic, the better. And there's more possibility that maybe you get a viral video in TikTok, and there's nothing in it. So I think that, I mean, it has happened to me because of the daily life, because we all have a lot of commitments or things to do. We're moms, wives, we work on something else. But I think that the most important is that every day we do something. If it's complicated, I mean, the ideal is to post every day, but for some reason you can't. It doesn't matter. But every day I lay down and I know that I did something. It's about moving forward. We cannot park, we cannot stop. So something. If I couldn't post today, but I called. If I didn't call today, I enrolled someone or I checked my account, because constantly, because the virtual office gives you so much tools, and with 10 minutes that you spend there and one link at a time, you're going to learn that virtual office. You have no idea how much I've shown it to my team that it's super tool, because sometimes it was not so easy for people to do to buy or things like that. So
esa persona
You
solamente
send
tiene que
everything that the
pagar.
person has
Eso es todo lo
to
que tiene que hacer. Y
buy,
esa
and the
herramienta la
only
encontré yo
thing that she
solita
has to do
y
is pay.
la
And I found that
investigué
tool on my own. I
y ya, o sea,
investigated, and
es
that's it. I mean,
hacerlo.
it's just
Mi
doing
otro
it.
punto
My
es
other point
eventos.
is
Nosotros estamos haciendo
events.
eventos
We
súper
are
pequeños.
doing events
Todas nos
that are super
comprometemos,
small.
nos tomamos una
We
foto
all
grupal, le echamos
engage, we
tiempo, lo
take
único que
a
hacemos es cambiarle la
picture.
foto.
The only thing we
Y
do
todas
is
nos
change the
comprometemos a
picture,
llevar a 2 o 3
and
personas.
we commit
Y
to
ahí
take 2 or
contamos
3
nuestro
people, and
testimonio.
that's when
El
we
testimonio
tell
de
our
todas es
testimonials.
diferente.
The
Y con
testimonial of
alguien va a
everyone is
conectar.
different,
Ella entonces me
and
hace
it's
hablar con la
going to connect
menopausia,
with
alguien
anyone.
con
For
las
example,
migrañas.
mine
Pero
was
cuando la gente
migraines, but
empieza a
when
decir, wow,
people start to
las
say,
migrañas,
wow,
y
migraines,
conecta contigo y
and
dice,
connect
sí, yo
with you,
también tengo
and they're like,
migrañas,
yeah,
entonces
me
tengo que
too, I
pagar.
have migraines
Esos
too.
eventos
So I
así
have to
de
try it.
tú, de
Those
sentir la
events,
energía, de contar, no
it's
solamente
about
el
feeling the
testimonio de
energy
salud,
and
sino
tell
también el
not
testimonio
only health
económico, porque
testimonial,
mucha
but
gente
also the
estamos claros que si
economical
estamos acá
one,
porque
because
queremos hacer
we're
dinero,
clear that if
eso
we're here, it's because
inspira.
we
O
want to
sea,
make
eso
money. That
inspira de ver que
inspires
hay un
people
grupo
to
de
see that
líderes que
there's
están
a
haciendo
group
2.000,
of leaders
$3.000 a
that
la
are
semana.
making $2,000, $3,000
Inspira
a
sí
week,
o sí.
and that inspires, of
¿Cuál
course.
es mi promesa cuando invito a
What's
la
my
gente?
promise when I invite
Que yo
people
les voy a llevar
over,
de la
that
mano
I'm going
hasta que
to
ganen
hold their hand
por lo menos $1,000.
until
Y de
they
verdad
make
yo no los suelto. Aquí
unless
hay una
at
enrolada
least
mía que se llama
$1,000, and I don't
Lidia
let go of them. There's
y
an
ella
employee
sabe
of
que a
mine
la hora
here.
que
Her
me
name is
escriba,
Lydia, and
yo
she
estoy
knows that whenever
24/7,
she
que hay
texts
varias
me,
quizá,
I'm
pero a la
24
hora que me
hours
escriban
there.
estoy 24/7.
When they
Entonces,
text me, I'm
esa es mi
24 hours
promesa
there.
para
So
la gente
that's my promise for
que
people that
yo
I
recluto, por así decirlo.
recruit
¿Qué era
or
la otra cosa
bring.
que quería decir? Se me olvidó.
What was another thing that I wanted to say?
¿Por qué están en México? ¿Qué están haciendo allá?
Why are you in
Ah,
Mexico? What are
eventos,
you
nos
doing over there?
vinimos a colar.
Events.
Esta fue una
We
persona
just came here.
que
This
se
was this
enroló
person
conmigo
that
por
enrolled with
medio de
me
TikTok.
from
Y él, yo
TikTok.
le vi tanto
And
potencial porque se
I
dedica
saw
al tema
so much
de
potential
la
because he
peluquería y no sé qué.
deals with
Y él hizo
hair
su
and things
evento.
like that.
Y
And
entre que
he
sí, que
created
no,
the
que
event.
terminó poniendo
And
en,
so
en
many
la
things
pantalla esta que
he
ponen atrás
ended
con
up
la
putting
alfombra
on the
roja, el
screen for
X39. Y yo
the
dije,
red
ay, no,
carpet, the
¿por qué
X39. And I said,
nosotros no hemos
Angelina,
estado
I
allá?
think that we
Bueno,
have to be
vámonos.
there.
¿Qué?
It's like, okay,
Vámonos.
let's go. All right, let's go.
Vamos de
So
una.
yeah,
Tenemos dolor
we
de
just
cabeza
got
hablando.
here, and
Yo tengo
we have a very bad
como
headache. And
contaba Rachel, yo tengo a
yeah, as
Andrea
Rochelle was
Legarreta en
saying,
mi
I have
equipo,
Andrea Legarreta in my team, and
y pues
well,
ella obviamente
she
también conoce y
obviously she
trabaja
knows,
casualmente
and
con esta
she
persona
works with this
que
person
tiene contacto
that
con el que está
has
enrolado con
contact with
Carolina.
the one that is
Entonces
enrolled with Carolina.
logramos
So
hacer
we
como
managed
todo un
to
equipo, además de que
create a whole team,
tengo a alguien en mi
and
equipo que además
I
es
also
una
have
gran
someone
amiga
in
que
my
vive
team that
acá
it's
en
a
México,
great friend. She
que
lives here
también
in
ha
Mexico,
arrasado,
that has always done
y
so
tenemos a Vicky
great. And we
también,
have Vicky as
y por
well.
supuesto
And
la pusimos en
also,
contacto
of
con el de
course,
Carolina, en
we
fin,
reached out
que
with the
ha
team in
sido todo
Carolina.
como
So it's
una
been like
organización
everything
que salió
has
de
been
repente
such an
entre contactos de
organization that just
nosotras,
happened
y la
suddenly
verdad
without
es que
contacts.
dijimos, no,
And
ya va,
honestly,
tenemos
we
que
were like, okay,
empezar
no, we
a
have to
tener
start
presencia en
to
México, que
be
obviamente el
present in
mercado
Mexico.
acá se
Of
está
course,
expandiendo y
the
están cada
market
vez
is
conociendo más
expanding
y
over
más los
here,
patches,
and
y
they're
por
getting
supuesto
to know
desde
the
el
patches more
principio
and more. And of course, since the
empezar a tener
beginning,
presencia.
um, they
¿Ok?
started having
Y
presence,
pues
okay,
venir
and
a hablar de nuestro testimonio, venir a hablar
talk
no solo
about
de
our
nuestro testimonio
testimonial,
como
not
nos ha
only
ido con
about
los
our
patches,
testimonial
sino
as
a
what
nivel
happens with the
económico,
patches, but
de
in the
cómo hemos
economic
venido
level of
creciendo
how
poco a
we've
poco y cómo
grown little
hemos
by
hecho
little
que
and
nuestro equipo
how we've
también vaya
made our
creciendo.
team to
Y la
grow as well.
realidad es que
And
hoy que
the
nos pudimos
reality is
reunir
that today,
con mi
when we were
amiga, con
able
María
to
Antonieta, que
gather
está
with
ahí
my friend, with
conectada,
Maria Antonieta,
estamos
which is
súper
logged
contentas
in there, we're
porque
so
jamás
happy because
pensamos hace
we
7
never
meses
thought
que
7 months
podíamos
ago
tener los
that
ingresos
we
que
could
tenemos
have the
ahora,
income that we have
¿ok?
now.
Y que además lo
Okay,
estamos
and
disfrutando,
that we're also
porque eso es
enjoying
lo más
it, because
lindo, que
this
de
is the
paso lo estamos
best, that also
disfrutando,
we are
porque
enjoying
siempre
this,
decimos
because
que el
we
parche,
always say
el
that the
X39 es
patch, the
algo que se
X39
vende
is
sin
something
vender,
that
es
you
algo que
sell
solo
without
debemos
selling. It's
compartir
something that we have
y
to
ya
share,
lo demás corre solo.
and the
Y
rest
la
runs
otra,
on its own. And
estamos en el
yeah,
mismo
the
barco.
other one too.
Y la otra es parchar. Hay que
And the
parchar.
other
Ayer
one
una
is
señora
give
me vino
patches. Give
a
patches.
bañar los
Yesterday,
perros
this person came
y le
here
toqué
to
el
give a shower to
camioncito
my
cuando
dogs,
fui a
and
pagar. Se
I
volteó con
knocked on the truck.
muchísimo
When
dolor.
I
Me
paid her,
acaba de
she
mandar la
turned with a
foto
lot of
porque ya
pain.
compró los parches.
They
Yo le
sent
dije,
her
ah,
the
espérate, ¿qué te
picture.
duele?
She sent sent the
le
picture of
puse
the
el
patch. It's like,
X39
what hurts? It's like,
en
okay, the
la espalda
X39.
baja y le puse el I
And
ahí
I placed the
en la
X39 on the
mano
lower back and the Eon on
y
the hand.
no se los quitó. Yo
She didn't take
como
them
salí
off.
corriendo, ahorita me
I
dice,
ran
Karen, se me está
away and
cayendo el
it's
dedo de la
like,
mano.
oh,
Yo, querida, eran 12 horas.
my
Yo voy,
hand, the one on my hand,
pero me dice
is
que
falling
se
off.
quitó
It's
el
like, oh,
dolor.
it was
Yo se los
24 hours.
puse y me fui
But
a
she
los
said that
10
her pain
minutos
is
mamá
gone.
me llamó y
10
me dijo, ¿qué
minutes
brujería
after,
es esta?
she asked me, what was
Y
this?
nada, muy
And
bien, o sea,
well,
parchar,
very good.
parchar
I
sí
mean,
funciona.
just give a
No
patch.
parchar
It
por parchar,
works.
pero
Not
porque a
just
veces
give
la
a
gente no
patch out
valora
of
y así,
nowhere, but
pero
maybe
parchar
because people sometimes don't
al que le
value it,
vea sin
but
dolor,
just
sin
give a
miedo, sin
patch to
pena. El
anyone
otro día
who
andaba
has
yo
pain. No,
entrando
no fear
a
about it,
la
no shame about it.
urbanización de alguien
Just the
y
other way, I
la
was going in an
portera
organization of someone
se
and
agachó,
the
ay, no,
person in
Reina,
the
le
door
dije,
squatted down and she said, "Oh, my knee." So I gave a patch to her and put it on her knee, and I gave her a card and I told her to call me if she needed, and she did. So just keep patches in your wallet and give patches to everyone. And another one thing that I want to say, don't underestimate your preference customers. Last week, 3 of my preferential customers enrolled with me. So at the beginning, they wanted to buy month by month, and they started to do so well. And they saw that by sharing the product, people used to say, "But how do I buy it?" And obviously, they called me and it was like, "Oh, they want to buy it, but why don't you go into the business?" 3 preferential customers enrolled with me. So there's no small customers, it doesn't exist. Any one of them can be an excellent client in the future, or after a while, they start to feel like they want to do the business. So also be attentive of your preferential customers. And the last one too is to be paying attention to the opportunities that the company gives you. Like we all get the same email, and this week we are with the special bonus. So we have to work on it to see if you want to make more money, if you want to enroll someone. Instead of making 405, she's going to make 600 because the company gives us those incentives in different weeks and they give it to us, and we have to be attentive of that and understand how the different promotions work to get the best of it.
Me encanta, chicas. Gracias, Andre. Gracias, Caro.
I love it, girls. Thank you, Andre. Thank you. I know that it's going to be spectacular for you in that event in Mexico. Keep us informated, keep us updated. But in the testimonials that we're hearing, we see being constant, trying, keep trying. What do we see? Duplicate. What do we see? Unity. It's what we're talking about the other day on Monday's reunion. Unity. It's an united team. With Caro said, someone connected with you. Of course, people is going to connect with different people. Not everyone connects with me. I have followers that are signed up with everyone else or with someone else, because that has nothing to do with it. You have to focus and keep going and keep going and keep going. And now I'm going to give the word to Lucena. She's in Orlando. She's one of our directors. She's directly associated with Servia Marlu, but it's part of the team. And I love her because she texted me. I mean, those initiatives, I love them. Caro, Andrew, I'm going to make an event. Great. Ana Peralto, Rachel, I'm going to make an event in Arkansas. Go. Raquel, Jessica are here, and Jake, they're in Tulsa. And that's the team that is growing the fastest. Is impressive. So they're active. They text me, Rachel, we're going to do an event. We're going to do such thing. Alyssa told me I'm going to do this movement in Orlando. I don't care if they signed with me or not. She told me I want to get reunited. People want to see a community. People don't know if they're registered with you or not. They want to hear, and we, as much as we raise the name of the company, the product, we lift where we are involved. So, Luisa, go ahead, open your mic and share the 3 things that have worked for you and talk a little bit about this movement that you're creating in Orlando. Go ahead. Thank you, Rachel. For me, it's been super valuable to listen to you. I was super excited to hear you, Caro, and every one of you. Definitely. I think that out of the 3 points, and I was sharing that with the team that I was with right now, it's been very special. I mean, 3 points: commitment, responsibility, and action. But how are we looking at this? First, let me tell you something. Luisana Soto is here in Orlando, and she's a mom with 2 kids, also with a 24-hour life like everyone else. And what do I do? Because the invitation was to share what is it that we're doing. Well, many times, since I don't have a final hour of the day, I have to do content in college or in the school of the kids. I take them to football, and while I'm walking, then I create a video in football. So definitely I would like to share for those people that say, it's just I don't have enough time, to understand that we all have the same time and we just have to take advantage of it. So let's understand as leaders that everything is in our mindset. Why do we do all of this? Because we're seeing an opportunity here. If it's the opportunity of getting better in our health or in finance, then everything is an opportunity. We're not going to see the opportunity if we want to keep waiting for what doesn't exist. So let's understand that we don't have another hour of the day, so the important is to determine how we're going to use it. I didn't know if I should tell you, but it's constant, being constant. So what do I tell you about the movement here in Orlando? As Rochelle said, I enrolled for Sergio Marilu. I belong to the second line. I'll be the light with Rochelle. I talk about my purpose all the time. I have it in my heart. I say like it's tattooed in my heart. It represents me. I feel it. And that's why I feel so enthusiastic about it. So what happens to this? When I told Rochelle about this initiative, I have to share with you, it was an initiative that came up from several people. In an opportunity, I was in a meeting, just a meeting, a gathering of women with menopause, and Koya Michelle, which is enrolled with Rochelle, she's the youngest one. And I looked at her and she said, she's in here, she's enrolled here. But I noticed that she wanted to talk, and I see the patch on her. She had like a lot of urge to share the benefits, and people there didn't give her an opportunity because they saw me, or they gave me that priority because they knew me from the community. And I decided, let me share you, I decided not to say anything about the patch because the only thing I wanted was to listen all of those women, what were their aches and what was the issue with them, and then connect with them. I dropped my cards, and that's what it was. Rochelle, she told me, hey, let's do something together. Okay. So to keep it short, she said, okay, give me a date. Where are you? Be the light. Okay, perfect. Let's do this. I know these people. I already know these other people in other events in person to other manager and others that are not managers yet. And they told me that they wanted to be with me. I told them, you are where you chose. So assume your responsibility. This doesn't depend on another person. And there's another word. It's not only commitment, it's responsibility. Responsibility that to our choices. I want to share with you. Look, we have ourselves and we choose ourselves. Some person plays, and we were responsible to choose for that. Let's not run away or pretend to believe that if someone told us more, or if we had more information, or if I had chosen a different person, because they're not going to be assuming the responsibility, and that's what this is about. If we hold ourselves responsible, I think that we're going to be able to integrate as a team. And the initiative here, it's because of that responsibility that Luciana feels. What's the responsibility? Look, Rochelle, the same thing happened to me. A lot of times they recognize my leadership, other people, than my own group, because they have me in their private message. They ask me things, and it's like, okay, I press the emergency button in the team that I have, and many times, even though the call asks about their everything, when they ask something, everything clears up, because when someone asks something, we all clear it for each other. And so that is very important. I mean, I have my community that is created. It's not the most active one, even though I participate with them, even answering in the groups whenever I can give them something. What do I want to say with this? Please don't get fatigued. Let's be responsible, and let's have the commitment to ourselves. It doesn't depend of answers or responses. Let's not be mad if they don't listen to us or give the regular channels of information, because even if they don't do it, even supposedly they're not in the community, at some point they're looking at us and they're listening to us, and that's a seed that is right there. It's harvesting, and it's going to work out. Let's not get frustrated when it's not in our time. So that's why I say commitment and responsibility, those are the first points. But responsibility with ourselves, with our choices. So let's start connecting with that word and commitment, well, undoubtedly to the opportunity that we have of blessing people in their health and their finance. Those are two fundamental base. The third one that I want to share with you is action. So there is no way of getting to somewhere without having action. We have to take action. And if sometimes we're lacking fuel, because sometimes we're like the energy, it's not the same, then let's connect. Let's connect with other people that really inject what we're needing. What does Luisana do? Looks for reference. I look for people that maybe in that moment they're giving me what I need. That word and that inspiration, I just heard it to the ones from the ones that I heard before, and I was fine. I was a little bit agitated to get to the call, and I was like, okay, I not only committed myself, I'm going to be responsible. I'm not going to look for excuses. If you see, I just moved. Many of you don't know it, but I just moved, and you have no idea what a move implies with two kids. The school just started, and I'm right here. And my commitment, my responsibility, and we're taking action. Really, there's no excuses. We have everything and much more. So this community is that the vision can motivate to us. Ideas coexist, and we have to inspire everyone. We have a manager group. There are a lot of directors. Not everyone is active, but they're running away and they're hearing us and they're seeing us. And more likely, people with their action, they are going to make it to the ranks in record times. We are training them. Most of them actually don't belong to my, well, I have two managers in my team only. But we have another group that the managers are right here, or the managers are around, and we're going to do an in-person event per month. And that event, we are going to divide it of how everything is going to be presented, who's going to be the speaker, with the benefits and the opportunity for the business. And then after that meeting, we are going to be, after consolidating our guests, we're going to have accountability and check everything and celebrate them. We did it in our first opportunity. It was in my house. And in my house, it was just one person for me because I didn't invite anyone. I just invited someone that I wanted there. And I let the rest of them invite other people. And that's where the initiative was born. And so we determined that we're going to do it once a month, the first days of the month, until we make a magnum event, like a great event in which we are qualified, and not to say that we're afraid to the public, understanding that we understand the plan or the business plan, and also we know how to communicate it, and we take risks, and we are in that in-person event making a small committee to give each other support. Right now we are talking. I already found out that some managers are guiding others that said, I'll be manager this month because I will, and she's carrying with his plan and she's preparing, so we postulate for the next in-person event. So basically, it's this movement that we want to expand, and we want it to be an inspiration for others, because I truly believe that leadership is not something that is imposed. Leadership is something that people choose you, and people choose you from that, from the responsibility. And I think that the way in which they wake up, many of the people who heard the message, is to see others making it possible. And I believe that the way, and that's the way I feel, in the way that I still be connected, it's to be surrounded by the right people and be with people who have that intention, that have that will, that want to constantly do it and not seeing us in the third or on the screen, but also touch each other, be close to each other, get naked, being vulnerable, many times in a safe space. It's important because in what way can we give each other support if we don't know each other? So basically, that's the vision, that's the intention. And well, let me tell you right now, I'm going to make it the director senior, and when Carlos challenged me, I'll give them the dates and we'll go to accountability. Oh well, the challenge is over there. It's coming from over there. People, several people are asking here, why did I want Luciana to share this? For example, Caro and Andrea, I know that with all of the team in Miami, they're doing events. Here in Tulsa, Raquel and Jessica, along with them, they're also making events. Luciana, Orlando, Cato. What if we expand all of this continuity model of events community with the same message? We can do it too. So maybe no one in your city is doing it. So what if you start it? Let's do different things. So there are a lot of people here that are in Orlando that are asking me how can they find out about the information. There are people close to Orlando, so they're asking if the event is going on right now and if they can drive. Can you give me the information later? We can put it in the information channel of Telegram. How do you want to handle this? Of course, of course. I mean, I didn't add you to the team because I was like, I don't know how Rachel does to go everywhere, but we have the event created within link. I'm going to place it there. And also, please text me. I'm going to give you here. We're all in the group of Be the Light, and the ones that are here and are in our way to director. Rachel made a call for all the managers to go up. And so right now the group is with the manager. It's not just to well, let me clear this up for us. We want to make bigger or give the opportunity to people who already have a rank, not to make a rank, but they dare to do the in-person events with us, giving them support. And then whoever goes to those in-person events and have a guest with them, because we have certain conditions. I also talk from love. And the person that are in the group, we know we are firm, because if it's not, it's just going to be another group. And it's not just another group, not to be asking what we have about the other groups. It's a group for us to have a strategy inside of our area. We are going to have people there, friends that are going to be of a leader, and they're going to be with another one, and we have to talk to each other about how they heard about this, because that's the kind of thing that can create some tension. Why in the same city or around them? Because there are people who suddenly can be invited by someone else, but then they chose someone else. I mean, that has happened. So it's like very important that we know each other, and that allows us to keep growing as a structure. This group is created for managers and for whoever registers at the event and take a guest, because they start to acknowledge how we are aligning with this. And they say, yes, I'm committed to this. Yeah, of course, we're all Be the Light and we have all of the tools. But with this one, that we're also going to be having a follow-up additional to that, a lot of us are going to invest our time additionally. And we want people who really are committed to do what we want to do as a team. So reach out. We don't care who you belong to. The only important thing is that we are in the area. And if you have a rank, please let us know so we can include you in this group. And we're all going to be participating in the in-person event, so it's going to be favor all of us. Perfect. What we're going to do then is, if you're in the Be the Light WhatsApp of the full team or in Telegram, look for Luciana Soto there. I already put the whole name or her full name in the channel. and also her social media, and I'm going to be promoting the event. I'm going to place it in the information channel. Every event you send me the information, I can place it in the information channel so people that are in your city can be there. The way that you have to connect according to what you have in your city is simply just ask in the chat who lives, and I saw someone in Texas or Oklahoma or wherever you are. Ask. I mean, every day we have new people, not from only from me, but from everyone that you're bringing in. Okay. What do you want you to keep on this call? The example of being constant, of not giving up, with the example of events, the example of working as a team, the example of communicating with your people. Look, we have people that they didn't even register with you. Get to know each other. Find out. Because something that Carol says at the beginning, and Andreina, it's very important. Create your own chat. Obviously, it's not lack of respect of your leaders. Have the chat with your leader, with the whole organization, but also make a chat with the people directly, because that way they see you as a leader, and between you create ideas, you gather, you train, guide people. Remember, if you just started here, I was talking to Pedro Prado and I was trying to answer as much as I could, but can you imagine through a chat is hard. So if you just got in, what are your next steps or to follow? First, to be in every chat. The important one is the information channel event of Telegram, because in there we share the links of the trainings every day and the days. And on Mondays, we share the agenda of your week. Join the chats. I know there are people that say it's just, I get tired of so many chats. Then this is not for you, because communication is fundamental. I have more than 150 chats daily between the church, the school, the kids, the family, the events, business, the several businesses that I have. I know that's my life. I don't have another option. I do it with joy. So learn from this new reality that you have to be able to be successful. That's one. Number two, take people to YouTube channel Upbeat the Late. That's where we have all of the trainings that are recorded, and we also have something called a playlist. So Angeline takes care of organizing between her J assistants. Everything is in English and in Spanish. It's separated by categories. Testimonials is an open channels. You can share from there everything you want. Now, point number 3, school. That's an academy. You just started there. That's why I said go directly to school. We have videos, small videos, in which you're going to train about your first rank, how you get paid, what's the compensation plan, and all the PDFs. I have a list of everything that you have to do with each new partner. For example, me, I make a meeting every Monday with all of the people that are registered from last week, because I noticed that they got lost in the onboarding. So in that meeting, I go over and over. This is your page. This is your link. Here you see this. We have to do this. We are working with human beings that forget that they can't, that they're not used to it, that we have to do it. And so Andreina mentioned that something about the preferential customers and retail. We're saying what we're doing. We are going back, circling back to all of the retails, to all preferential customers. How is it going with the patch? Do you like it? What has happened to you? How do you feel? Do you want to try others? You want to go in business? Say, for example, if by sharing you make money, don't underestimate to only work with partners, because a preferential customers can be one of your star partners that you can have. That follow-up, you have to be clear about the categories of follow-up of your business. Get prospects, sell products, follow preferential or retail or partners, work as a team to have your clear goals and work. Cara mentioned something that I loved. She commits with each person. I'm going to hold your hand to get to $1,000 a week. How about you set a number, how much you want to make with one partner, with each partner? So what's left of this? Alone, we can't. Two, you have your authenticity. You are someone special, and each one of you are special. We don't have any competence here. This is not a competition. We are all unique that God gave to each one of us. So you have to get to know yourself, use it, and go out there to share it without expecting how much people are seeing you, who's coming, because trust me, they're seeing you every day. So don't feel down about it. People don't make you feel down. You make yourself feel down. So look, everything that is happening with the company. Yesterday we got the Bravo Award again. David Schmidt now has 200 patents. He doesn't change. He keeps increasing it. His brain is too much. So this company is just starting, and now we're getting to places. Use that. I posted everything what he did yesterday. I mean, post, talk, because you're part of that. So this is the moment. Please, let's work together. Let's love each other. Let's support each other. Let's help each other. In here, there's no one better than anyone. We all have the same company, the same product, the same 24 hours, the same social media, and the same influence. Because 1, 2, thousands, we can do it. Okay? Well, see you next week. Tomorrow, remember what we're new. Remember, we have training tomorrow, and we have a presentation call. Invite prospects for whoever it's new. We do that every week on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Miami time. It's a call that it's with Jay or Carlos or me, where you invite people that you want to hear about, that they want to hear about the product every Thursday at 7 p.m. So we have double call tomorrow. Don't get mixed up with the links. Don't get mixed up with the links. Pay attention. Tomorrow we have 2 links, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. All right? So I'll see you tomorrow, and every manager, I'll see you now. You know who you are. Bye. Thank you for the girls that were here. Congratulations. We love you. Thank you for everything.